Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another great episode of Kyndra's Corner. I'm so excited. I got some new people who are in the building, man, because I love this comedic segment of my podcast. So the first person I'm going to bring, I've definitely been trying with her, last couple of weeks or whatever, but she finally made it, she's back like pubic hair, and I'm so excited that she's coming. All right. I will say this. I always have said that women with flat butts are cool. And you know what? Flat butt, I like you. So welcome to the stage, Miss Jessica. It's all good. Flat butt. Yes. I love people like you. You guys are so freaking cool.
Is that what they told you?
Listen, you wear leggings and your booty looks like this a long back. It's just this keeps on going. I love it. Welcome. Welcome.
Hi, how you doing, hon?
Hey, man, I'm above ground, not below it. Let me bring my next guest to the stage. I always want to say this. If your new girlfriend looks better than your BM, congratulations, you're going on child support. John, how much are you paying a month in child support these days?
Oh, man, I lost track. Too much, man. I tried to get them down from 5K, but these girls, they're not budging. They won't budge.
There it is.
I don't know who had the more harsh intro.
Listen. Hey, well, you're here. Well, thank you to both of you all. So, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. We got a couple of good things to talk about today. Regarding with the interesting news and the random poll, and they go like hand in hand in a way. And I'm gonna start off with the interesting news. And Miss Jessica, I'm gonna start off with you first.
Okay.
And just give me your thoughts on it. So back in medieval Germany, everything just happened back in the day. And now a lot of stuff is just illegal now, right? So, and I don't know why. It builds character development. I'm like, brings this type of stuff back, like stoning. When you start stoning people. Back to the story. So in medieval Germany, married couples could legally settle their disputes by fighting a marital duel. To even the field, the man had to fight from inside a hole with one arm tied behind his back, and the woman was free to move and was armed with a sack filled with rocks. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that those women might have had more rights than some women in the latter days. I feel like if husbands had to deal with things like that, they might have been a lot nicer to the women. Now, I'm very lucky to be in a good marriage, but I don't know. I hear some stories, and now I'm like, if these women had some rocks and a hole, dudes wouldn't be tripping. So that's now I don't do violence, so I'm trying to say the right things. But like, if I was in medieval times, I'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? Although I am black, so I don't know what they were doing with black people back in those days. Every time people are like, let's go back in time. I'm like, to win, slavery, segregation. What time you talking? I don't know what was going on for us, but if it was okay, then I'd be okay.
Wait. So hold on, before I go to John real quick. Hold on. So you say you've heard some crazy stuff when it came with, other people's marriage, like we all have, right? What's the craziest by far story where you're like, you know what, sis? I'm not for violence, but you can Malcolm X him right now, okay?
Ooh, okay. I'm not gonna lie. I really liked the husband of the friend, but he just wasn't any good. And before, I hope she ain't watching this. Before they got married, it was like, what are you doing? Like, we can all see it. And it's like there was a lot of surprises for her, but it's like nobody else is surprised. He's cheated on you how many times with who? Like, she actually did have a flat butt. Like, that chick really like. And I mean, she would show me pictures. She would have pictures of these chicks, and they was rough. And it's like, but baby, the signs were there. And so, dude was with these women. He was in a horrible accident. She nursed him back to health, and dude was limping to other chicks' houses. And it's like, what? And see, I mean, that might sound really normal to some folks, but I don't have a whole lot of that energies and lives. Like, I don't have a lot of that in my life. But this particular friend, I mean, like, she has some of the worst stories just in general, but this one husband out of like 3 or 4, I was just like, baby girl. I mean, we see it. You don't see it because we see it. I love him, but I mean, I got her in divorce, so I don't even talk to him anymore. Like, if I did talk to him, I'm like, you did a bad job cheating. Like, you could at least cheat on someone hot. And she's a smoke show. Is that what the kids say now? A smoke show. So she's hot, but I don't know. That's probably one of the craziest. Let me see if I can remember something else.
Jessica, you just said that you hope that she's not watching, right?
I really
she just made a comment in the comment section. I'm just playing. Keep going.
The comment section about.
Oh no, I'm just playing. Keep going.
But yeah, I do know other things, but at this moment, of course, they're not coming to me. So when this call is over, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah,
yeah. It always happens. It always happens. Yeah. Well, let me go to John. John, do you want me to repeat the interesting news, or you got it?
Yeah, just repeat it to me one more time, just so I'm clear on the stipulations here.
Yeah. So basically, back in Germany, medieval, married couples could legally settle their disputes by fighting a marital duel to even the field, which I don't know how this is even, but the man had to fight from inside a hole with one arm tied behind his back, and the woman was free to move and was armed with a sack filled with rocks.
Yeah, see, that's a lot to overcome. So I agree that it probably kept things, more equitable in the household, more in check. I just feel bad. There was probably like 5% of guys that were like already maybe getting smacked up by their wife at home. And she was probably, if you don't act right, I'm going to take you to court. And then you're really going to see what's up. Mm-hmm. And, but for the other 95%, it probably made for a very nice, a more amicable marriage, That's a lot to overcome. But what if the guy already had one arm, though? Does he get his other arm tied behind his back? Because then he's used to it, and you'd have to watch it. You see, things can fall through the cracks when they have these kinds of arrangements,
You saw that?
I get. Yes, I see what you're doing there, John.
Trying to fight.
I see what you're doing there. Well, John, let me ask you before I go ahead and give my answer. Are you currently married, or have you been married before, John?
No.
Okay. Craziest marital story where you were like, yeah, y'all probably should have had this marital duel or something.
I can tell you about something close. I can tell you about a duel that took place at my best friend's wedding.
Oh, tell us. Come on.
So this is my best friend. It was an Italian gentleman and his wife. They got married. Very beautiful ceremony. They had about 300 people at their wedding. Mm-hmm. And the hall they had rented was it was a building. It had two halls. And on one side, there was this Italian wedding. And on the other side, it was another wedding. Now, at the Italian wedding, it was like 298 white people and 2 black guys. At the other wedding, I don't know who was there, but it was like basically all black guys. All right. Now, somehow, one guy from the other wedding came in to the Italian wedding, and my the guy getting married, his cousin was skipping jail. Okay, he was supposed to be in jail that weekend, but he's only supposed to be in jail on the weekend. And he gets a plate of shooters for everyone. And this guy from the other wedding was like, "Yo, man, give me that shooter." And
what's a shooter? I don't know.
It's like a shot. It's like a shot.
Okay. All right.
And he was like, "I don't know you. You can't be in here having my free shot." And then they got into a fist fight. It escalated at 2:30 in the morning. The tray got flipped. Tables started getting flipped. The ambulance showed up, and we found out after the other guy that he got into a fight with, he was also skipping jail for that weekend. So the 2 guys, one from each wedding, both skipping jail, they found each other and started a fist fight.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway. I won't go into the detail, but the person who lost the fight, they lost badly. I'll leave it at that.
First off, I love the fact that they were partying until 2:30 or a little bit later. I've never heard of a wedding that went that late. That is amazing. First off, I love that.
It was fun because everyone was basically leaving, and then it restarted the energy. It was like, oh shit, now we can party for another hour or so.
Listen, you're out there in Canada. make sure the next time you go to like a Canadian wedding, make sure my name is on the list. I deserve for my name to be on the list.
I don't think he was indicating they were all like that though.
Oh, I'm just saying. I just want to go to like weddings. Like I don't know. I feel like in different.
No, it's not. It's just by coincidence. It wasn't like you need like a list or nothing like that. It's just by coincidence. I just the skin tone is irrelevant. It's just that's why the first cousin, the guy who started the fight, became suspicious because he was like, I don't know who you are. You know, if it had been like the skin tone had nothing to do with it. It's just it tipped him off, you know.
Stranger danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But it's just I don't know why he didn't just give it to him. It was a free shot in the first place. It made no sense to fight over this.
I mean, if you're skipping jail, you don't have much sense in your brain anyway,
well,
right?
That's it exactly. He took it as disrespect.
That's jail mentality right there. You know,
they had to.
And you gotta
jail after that.
Nothing more respectful than starting a fight at your cousin's wedding, right?
Of course. Those are always the best. Those are always the best, man. Those are always the best. Well, hey, that is. Hopefully, you know, bride and groom, they're still married. Hopefully, right? They
are. They have a very, you know, they have the strongest marriage of anyone I know, actually. Oh. Believe it or not, they have 2 kids now. It's beautiful.
Love it. I love it. Well, you know, as far as interesting news, hey man, bring it back. I don't know why I left. All right, this again, it builds character development. Okay, and hey, I love it. Hey, that's it. Let me go with John. I'm gonna start with you for the random poll. All right, so it's kind of going into it. Still going on. So it used to be a time where in a marriage, women knew not to talk back to their husbands. Right, it used to be a time the husbands would take the disrespect by backhanding her. You know. And so my question is, what do you think changed over time when women started to put the WWE SmackDowns on their husband?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's that the women are way hotter now.
Okay.
Women got so much hotter that guy, you know, why would you want to hit the women nowadays? You know, that's like Jim Jeffries has a joke, or it's like that would be like keying your own car. Why would you do that? Mm-hmm. I guess now it depends what you mean by SmackDown. You mean like the women are literally beating their husbands, or the husbands are like afraid?
Like basically, when I say SmackDown, like that, like the women are fighting back their husbands. Like they might do a Triple H,
okay,
type of move and stuff.
Give them like a pedigree or some shit. Yeah. Well, there. I mean, I don't know too many women that are kicking the shit out of their husbands, to be frank, but I know a few that look like they could. I don't know. Women just not, it's a combination of, I guess, women getting more access to martial arts and training, and men are kind of more docile now. Is that the right word to use? I can't put my finger on what changed exactly, but I think I'm going to go back to the hotness. I think it's the women are hotter.
They're hotter. They don't look like our school teachers from back, back in the day. School teachers were not nothing to look at back in the day. Now it's like, wow, you have a reason why you want to come to school.
That's it. That's why I got a teaching degree.
Before I go to Miss Jessica, I got somebody else who's in a special guest who's in the building. She's running on Negro time, but I will say this. Each time she wears heels, her toes are always touching the floor, and I don't like that. Sophia May.
What the fuck does that even mean? Heels are always touching the floor, and you don't like that?
I don't like it when your toes are always touching the floor every time you wear heels. You just need to stop, all right? Just throw some shoes on.
Okay, that's perfectly normal behavior. That is perfectly normal walking behavior. I don't know. I don't know why you have so much attitude about it.
Welcome. She's calling away from Germany, y'all. We got Canada, Germany, we got USA. I love this.
Yeah, this is dope. What's up, guys? You were talking about, what did I walk in on?
Okay, basically, so I'm gonna let you answer the interesting news first, and we can go to the random poll. So basically, the interesting, you just give me your thoughts on it. So in the interesting news, in medieval Germany, married couples could legally settle their disputes by fighting a marital duel. To even the field, the man had to fight from inside a hole with one arm tied behind his back. and the woman was free to move, and she was armed with a sack filled with rocks. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like they should bring that back because it brings character development?
That's a fucking crazy question to ask. I kind of think, yeah, it's an important conversation, and I don't know why nobody's had it yet. Yeah, we gotta bring it back. Whatever
now,
it is you said.
People whispering in Germany, like, we need to bring this, but you hear whispers.
Yeah.
Or like an underground rock swinging league. Maybe they're still doing it in secret.
I think so, something like that. There's definitely Hitler whispering about this and that, and I think that's one of the things that you can hear him whisper about if you listen closely in the wind. I'm so high. I assume we're all high, right?
No, well, we can be. I'm hot. I got the, I'm over here. My breasts are sweating. I got 38 Ds over here. So it's a pool underneath my breasts right now. So yeah.
How big are your boobs?
They're 38 Ds. I can just slap somebody in the face with it.
That's massive. Is it like how much sweat is it?
You know what? Enough for me to go probably get another shirt and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna do after this podcast ends. It's enough, but it's not to the point where I'm laying back and it slaps me in my face. Thank God for that, right? Thank God for that, right? I know. Look, Sophia, I know with your breasts, they look like the cookies that finished baking out of the oven. So I know with you still look like an adolescent little boy. I understand.
My boobs are great.
Jesus Christ.
Where did that even come from? I'm your guest.
Oh my God.
Improv comedy, Sophia. Well, let me go real quick to Before I go to Jessica, real quick, Sophia, I want to ask you. So one of the things before we went to the random poll, I was asking everybody in the podcast, what is like marriage, right? Marriage is not going to always be easy, but what would you say is the craziest marriage or wedding story that you've come across thus far?
Oh well, Jesus, I mean. Marriage and wedding stories. Whose fucking friends get married anymore? That's a crazy, nobody gets married anymore. The craziest one was probably my uncle's wedding when I was 10 years old and I was the flower girl. I think what was crazy about that was that my uncle had found a woman who's as big an asshole as he is. Mm-hmm. And so it was kind of magical. Like, my uncle's such an asshole and he found such an asshole woman to marry him. And so they were really kind of perfect for each other. It was beautiful.
Are they still married to this day?
Yeah, my uncle died.
Oh, no.
So that's the end of that marriage. He was a son of a bitch. I did not miss him.
Listen, it happens. It happens.
What's your favorite or what's your best wedding story?
So let me say that the last wedding, when you just mentioned about who gets married and stuff, she's not a friend. She's just someone I've known since childhood or whatever. But she invited me. She wanted me to be her bridesmaid, which I'm like, I always want to be a bridesmaid, but I haven't spoken to you in years. I don't at this point, we're not friends. Okay. I'm not going to be, we're friends. I haven't spoken to you in years. All right. The guy that she ended up marrying, she took him from his ex-wife. She was a side chick for 8 years. True story. Side chick for 8 years. He met her at when she used to be a stripper as well. So she met him at one of those dancing parties, and then they got together. But she was a side chick for 8 years, and she says, "I'm going to tell your wife on you." And then he ended up telling his wife, and they try to work it out through therapy. But he left her, and the girl's 25 years younger than him, and now they're married, and none of his family showed up. And I would not have shown up either. The reason I did not actually go was because she wanted me to be part of the cleanup crew. She's like, "Can you please help me come set things up?" I'm not setting things up. I'm not doing that. So I didn't purposely go to her wedding. But I hope that, it works out. They've been married for close, almost a year now. And it seems like it's, going to be okay, I guess.
Good for them. What about everybody else? Do you have wedding stories?
I did have the situation where someone asked me to be a bridesmaid, and I hadn't seen her since we graduated from high school. And at that point, I think it'd been maybe 12, 13 years since I've seen her. And I'm thinking, like, we're not friends. I think she thinks we're friends. And I'm like, honey, but we're not, though. Why would you? So when she messaged me on social media to ask me, I'm like, do you want to be my bridesmaid? I'm like, no. And now I've been out of high school for 22 years?
Wow.
Yeah. So I think she thinks we're still friends. And it's like, baby, you
so crazy.
Yo,
22 years?
You look young, Jessica. That's what I thought you probably were like 30. You look young.
I am 40. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know what the young folks do, clock it.
Yeah, that's what the young people do.
Black people don't age. We're vampires. Like
yeah. Some. I've seen some. Like, baby, you must have you cracked that a long time ago.
My husband, he is not only white, he's like very white, and he is 6 years younger than me. But no one can tell. And I let him know. I'm like, baby, I'm gonna look like this probably for the next 20 years. So you about to get a trophy wife.
Okay. let me before I go back to Sophia real quick, John, have you I know women and men are different when it comes to friendships. Like I just explained, like, baby, we're not friends. Jessica just explained that. What about when it comes with you and your friendships? Do you have any friendships where people are like, they think that they're still your friend, but you stopped being friends with them years ago?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No, not. I mean, it depends. Like, yeah, no, I think guys, we usually have. I mean, not to say there aren't exceptions, but we usually have a pretty good idea of where we stand in the relationship. Like, I just saw a guy that I hadn't seen from elementary school, but so that was like 24 years ago that we finished grade 6. And it was still fun to see him and stuff, but like, you know, I doubt he would ask me to like come help him bury a body or some shit. But if you want to get beers and we haven't seen each other in like 20 years, yeah, sure. But it's like what she was saying, if someone's like, yeah, can you come? So like, yeah, I'm having a wedding. Can you help me, like, you know, hire the crew and set up the tables? So like, well, no, dude, I'm not doing that. But if you just want to chill, then sure. I mean, every now and then you'll I don't know, it's someone's more invested than you, I guess, but that's, I don't know. I feel like we don't have those problems in the same way because we're a little more indifferent. Like if you're good friends with someone, you don't see them in 10 years, you can still be good friends with them in 10 years. We don't take it personally if the other person doesn't like make an effort to reach out or whatever. It's like we just assume that they're busy.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's different if you're like living next to the person and like all of a sudden, like, you know, like they're making an effort not to see you. Yeah. But, you know, sometimes people like drift apart, which is fine. If they want to reconnect, then that's fine. But yeah. But like, obviously, if you want me to do some crazy shit, like I have to take the rap for like leaving, I don't know, so that your wife caught you with a stripper, so you have to say, well, it was John's idea, or I killed this person, I need you to help me bury them. Well, then we have to have a bit more of like, you know, a regular interaction.
Good to know you would do that for a friend.
Yeah, that's it. Or it'd be like your wife found a bag of blow, and, you know, I need you to come over and be like, say you left your blow at my house. So like, dude, that doesn't make any sense. But even that, maybe I would just do that for the story. If it was a random, it might make it an even better story, actually. Actually, I would prefer not to know the person, so I never have to see them again after that. Bit of a tangent there.
Sophia, were you about to say something, or?
I probably was. I've forgotten now. So,
so Jessica, were you about to say something, or did you already say?
I do want to say, I'm that kind of person. If I haven't seen you since like college, high school, and you are like, let's hang out again, I'll go grab a drink with you. In fact, somebody from college, hadn't seen her since college, was in Atlanta recently, and I took her out and showed her a good time, and we were good until her husband crossed the line. Then I'm like, okay, and not like you think, not like that, but I'm just like, And then she told me about it, and I'm like, you could have kept that to yourself. So that person, I didn't care that I hadn't seen her since college. I'm always down for a good time, but it's like, if I showed you a good time, your husband shouldn't be a jerk. So there was that.
Yeah.
But the person that asked me to be a bridesmaid, like, honestly, sometimes I have weird stalker people in my life, and this was someone who like thought we were like best friends, even though we haven't really been best friends since 10th grade.
How did you handle her?
I just keep not saying things to her on social media.
What if you confronted her and told her that you're not friends?
Like, are you that confrontational to just be like, baby, I don't rock with you?
It depends. I think that there's something deeper, if you know what I mean. And so it's like you have to be cautious with how you handle some people.
Oh yeah, I understand.
I think she might not really understand that. But after turning down her invitation being her wedding, I think that helps a little bit. But then my family in our hometown has said we've seen her in the streets and she'll ask about you, but we do not hang out. It's just one time I posted about a best friend and she's like, hey, bestie. And
this is just fucking crazy. She sounds like Selena's manager.
I've had some really interesting.
Did you say Selena's manager, Sophia?
Yes.
Then that was the president of the fan club, which is different.
Oh, what? No, it was her manager.
It was the president of her fan club.
I think it was the president of the fan. I think that's
her manager. That's why it was so fucked up. Did you guys see the movie with J-Lo?
The president of the fan club. Okay, that's it. We about to Google.
Let's Google. Let's Google.
Selena.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? You guys know Eminem made that song "Stan." It's kind
of, that's a great song.
My husband calls this woman Stan. Oh no, and Google is still recording that. No, Google. My husband.
Yeah. Well, let me while Jessica's figuring that out, Sophia, let me ask you this quick question.
Whether Sophia Killer was her manager or the president of her family. It's very important. I'm glad somebody's researching it.
President. President of her fan club and manager of her boutiques. She managed her boutiques, not like her entertainment manager, but I guess she had a store. So she worked for her. She handled like mail.
I don't remember that in the J-Lo movie. I remember just manager, not manager of boutiques. That's so specific. The movie definitely didn't bring that up in the movie. I'm going to do my own.
Ain't gonna put everything.
Watch the movie again. Watch it again.
You know what? I want to ask
the movie again.
You said what?
As I was gonna say, I want to ask this real quick question before we, like I said, I got to, with the random poll and stuff. Sophia, what about with you? I know you have had some homegirls who thought y'all were still friends. Can you give me a situation where there was a girl where you're like, listen, sis, we're not friends. Stop calling me. You had to probably like go into the secret society, like witness protection program to get away from her. Who was a friend like that?
Men like that. I mean, I have men who've been like that, like just crazy men that's what stalkers are, right? But I guess a friend, well, I had this friend in high school. So my best friends in high school, I shit you not, I actually mean this. My best 3 friends were 2 sociopaths and 1 malignant narcissist. And basically all of them decided I was going to be their friend, even though I didn't want to be their friends. And then they just manipulated me for all of high school. And then one of these girls after high school kept trying to be my friend, but I was finally like free of her. And for years she would be like, no, I don't want to exaggerate. This feels like it's complicated. Basically this bitch, she was so mean to me in high school, even though she was supposed to be my best friend. And then after high school, when I like dropped the relationship, she once asked me if she could visit me in Colorado, and I thought that was crazy. Nothing ever got too crazy, but I thought, like, how can she think that we're friends? I feel like I've rambled this whole time. This is a very complex.
No, listen.
It's midnight here. It's 12:30 at night here in Berlin. I just had some visiting comics over at my house, and we got stoned. So I'm just like logging in off of a very psychedelic comic hang.
It's okay. You're good.
Yeah. I'll connect with you in the ways that make sense.
You're good. Thank you but let me, but like I said, I got a couple, like I said, I think I didn't get a chance to get to Jessica about our random poll. I'm going to go to Jessica first. I'm going to let you answer it. And then I'm going to let us do our socials and then we'll be out. So Jessica, the question for the random poll, I'm going to go ahead and repeat it. So basically, it used to be a time where in a marriage, women knew not to talk back to their husbands, like, decades, centuries ago, right? The husbands would take the disrespect by backhanding her. So my question is, what do you think changed over time when women started to put the WWE SmackDowns on their husband? What do you think happened, Jessica?
At first, I thought maybe grits, like what happened with Marvin Gaye.
Wait, no, that was Al Green.
That was Al Green. You're right. Someone messed me up on that now. Maybe it was the grits with Al Green, because when you hear stories like other celebrities before that, you hear some really dark stories of them. But the reality is, women finally got their own access to things like credit cards, the ability to buy their own homes, the ability to get certain jobs. I mean, back in the day, women were held under lock and key on purpose.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to be controlled. So once people could get away from their husbands and they didn't have to depend on them financially, I think that helped a lot. And then over time, women have gained a lot of freedom, and I think people don't like it, so they're trying to take that away. But yes, I think it's when women started gaining more opportunities to be able to purchase on their own and buy on their own and get loans. Because I don't know how it is in your countries, but in this country, women couldn't even get a loan or a credit card until the 70s. Mm-hmm. So,
what country are you calling from? I'm
USA.
We're all American, right?
Sophia's not from Germany. She just lives there now. She got up out of America, which I'm
sorry. Don't fucking talk to me like I'm not American and I'm not from.
I thought you sounded very American, but you said Germany, so I'm like, okay, well, Hakuna Matata. But then yes,
it's nice of you to think that I could
had a lot of freedom over here recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sophia, so anyway, now that we're on the same page that we're all American.
I'm not American.
What the hell are you? You're
I'm
Canadian?
the outsider here.
And Mommy Cat, what are you?
I'm American. I'm born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. So.
Okay, so we're mostly Americans. Jessica, where are you from?
The three of you is that I'm not American.
What?
Where are you from, Jessica?
That's the biggest difference between me and the three of you is that I'm not American.
Yeah, that's true. North America is bullshit, and you're not American unless you're from the USA.
That's it. I will be
soon. If you want to be a part of the USA, we can also make that happen.
That's it. That I just need. I want to join up. Let Trump take Canada over, baby. 51st state. Soon I will be American.
If Trump doesn't take it over, then Xi Jinping is going to take away hockey.
I'm okay with both of those.
So no, Jessica's in Georgia. She's born and raised in Georgia, right?
Born and raised in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina. Okay.
Yes, moved here in 2009-ish.
And John he's in Montreal. So that's where he is. So yes, but Sophia, what state are you from?
I'm a New Yorker. I'm from New York City.
That's why I said New York and everything. So, why don't you go ahead? You can before I go ahead and give my response with the random poll. Do you want me to repeat it again as far as the random poll, or do you have it, Sophia?
What was the poll again?
So basically, it used to be a time where women didn't disrespect their husbands, right? If they talked back, the husband would backhand them, and then as time progressed, they started uppercutting their husbands. What do you think happened over the course of time?
What happened after men stopped hitting women?
Basically, what made women say, "I'm not going to allow my husbands to fight," to hit me? What do you think happened as time progressed, where women fight their husbands back now?
Jesus, that's a really thought-provoking question. That's okay. I got to really think about that.
So you're like, I'm too high for this.
That's really thought-provoking. Well, I think it's such a cool way of thinking about things to try to get in the perspective of what was it in the mindset of people when that happened. I think it was how did us dumb monkey women figure out that we didn't deserve to be hit? I don't know. That's a crazy. I don't know how we ever concluded that. It was like when the monkey stands up in 2001: Space Odyssey and uses the bone as the weapon. Remember? This is when monkeys discovered tools. This fucking women discovered that we shouldn't be hit, and that was our big evolutionary moment from little lady monkeys. All right, that was my attempt at an answer.
Well said. Bravo.
About monkeys. All right. Well, I stand by it.
Well, there it is. Well, let me just say this before I go ahead and lead us. Let everybody do their socials and we can get out of here. Basically, you know what I will say. As far as with marriage, the craziest thing I've heard in a marriage, I don't even know if these two people are still around, like married anymore, because she just stopped talking to me. She just went off on me one day and then she just stopped talking to me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, praise the Lord. But she told me that her husband, she got an STD, right? It was a curable one. But the reason that she found out, she went to the doctor. She told her husband, who used to be it's slipping. What are those people called? Slipping my mind, where they go and kill the rodents, roaches. What are those people called?
Pest control.
Yeah, pest control.
Yeah, exterminator.
Yeah, exterminator. So
same thing.
What ended up happening was she told him, like, hey, you burned me.
Sorry.
She's like, hey, you burned me. He said, well, it was a rat that pissed on me while I was up in the attic, and that's how you got burned. And I said, he really said that? And the man was on cocaine as well, right? Like, anytime he had the red headphones on, he was on coke, so it was all bad. Like, he didn't even propose to her. He just literally just came home and was like, gave her the ring and was like, all right, let's go, and I was like, that's it? So the marriage has been downhill from that. Like she said, his other kids used to come by and like put witchcraft in their bathrooms, and like the house was haunted. It was crazy. My response as far as with the random poll, I just think it's one of those things where women, just like you said, Sophia, let's take the female monkey, right? Let's take that. So I think what happened was one of the monkeys, it was like, it's always that one girlfriend who's just very much against probably like the feminists, like, oh yeah, don't take this, sis. We all have that one girlfriend who's very opinionated. And so she's like, why are you sitting taking that? You need to fight back. And that's what happened. The female monkey had a best friend monkey and just said,
best friend monkey.
It's just just throw your poop at them and just fight back. That's what we're going to do. So that's how I think it happened. They just got tired. They like, I'm tired of going, looking like a raccoon when I go out to the grocery store, right? Black eyes, all that crap. So there it is. That's the end of the show. Before we go out of here, I want everybody to shout their social media out. Miss Sophia, where can people find you? Do you have any shows in Germany? Are you going to come back to the States to do a show or anything?
Well, okay. So my Instagram is Sophia May Comedy. And what I've got going on is I have 2 solo shows that I'm taking to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival this year. One of them is my solo all about 9/11. It's just an hour of 9/11 jokes because my school was next to the World Trade Center on 9/11, and we had to run from the towers as they collapsed over us. So I have a crazy fucking story, I do it with and I tell the story with stand-up. It's not a one-woman show. It's not emotional. It's fucking stand-up. And then the other show that I have going to the Fringe is about my experience as the assistant of a cult leader. I used to be in a Buddhist cult, and I was the cult leader's assistant. So the other show is about that, and that will be premiering at the Fringe. So the 2 shows, 9/11 show won awards last year at the Fringe as well. And now I've got the Buddhist show. So come to the Fringe, come see my shows. 9/11 forever.
We gotta go, y'all. We have to take a field trip out there. Okay, do you have a website where they can buy your merch, or do you have any merch or anything?
I have tickets that I consider merch. Buy my tickets. It's sophiamaycomedy.com. Or wait, no, I don't have the fucking website. I don't have the domain name. I just made the website. I have to buy the domain name, so I don't even know what it'll be. But just check my Instagram, Sophia May Comedy on Instagram.
There it is.
Just Google me. You'll find my website when it exists.
Yes. I Googled you and I found out you used to do porn. All right, and it was terrible. Miss Jessica, go ahead. What is your social media handle? Do you have a website? Anything?
Okay. My stage name is Jessica It's All Good. You can find that on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Website Jessica It's All Good. If you're interested in merch, I've got a comedy special and joke called We're All Chocolate, so you can get We're All Chocolate shirts, mugs, and such online. I also have a book out called The Cure for Stage Fright. As a former theater teacher and now one who teaches stand-up comedy, this is a fun book, a fun read. It's like a memoir with lessons at the end, but it's a very quick read and could possibly change your life.
Is it about overcoming stage fright?
It is.
I want to read that. That sounds so good.
You do? Oh, please check it out. If you go to my website, it'll take you to links for Amazon or Barnes & Noble. If you like to read things electronically, there's ebooks too. I'm about to be in a bookstore. I didn't know that was going to happen, but this summer I'll be in a bookstore celebrating the year. So yes.
Love that. So real quick before I go to John, save the best for last, John. Okay. I told John, before we started recording, I was gonna get his name tatted on my head, because he's him. Sophia, how long have you been doing comedy?
4.5 years.
Love it. Jessica, how long have you been doing comedy?
13 years. 13 and a half almost. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, Mr. John, go ahead, end us out. What is where can people find you? Any website merch? If you're coming to the States, do some. The
best thing would be on Instagram at John Allen Comedy. No H in the John though. JONALLEN Comedy on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing comedy as well?
I'm green, man. Only like a year.
You're good. No, you're doing good. You're listen. You had me cracking up at the two inmates jumping out and then they fought each other at the wedding. Sophia, you missed that story, but it'll be on replay so you can get it. It was funny. You did good, John. You're doing good. Well, listen, thank you to everybody who have tuned in. Sophia, I appreciate you coming. Better late than never. I was concerned about the Amber Alert for you. I said, where is she? She said, where's the link? And I sent her the link. I said, no, she stood me up on my own show. But look, I'm not paying.
I'm so sorry. It was not my intention. It was, I got high and I forgot what time it was. I'm so sorry. It was definitely no reflection of how seriously I took this commitment.
I thought you fell asleep. I said, it's after 12 there, and guys, let me say this real quick. When I first initially spoke with Sophia a couple of months back, and she told me the time hour difference, I'm like, well, is that going to be too late? You don't have a bedtime? She's like, I'm not a baby. And that had me rolling. Sophia, every time I go back and re-listen to that recording, I am cackling. She's like, I'm not a baby. I'm a big girl. Well, listen, man, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. We are out. Thank y'all.